Another day, another series of vlogs. Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here, and welcome to another series of TVlogs. And today I'm going to be talking about the first two episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is the new Disney Plus exclusive series from Marvel Studios. Following right after the game changer that was WandaVision, now we get to see the return of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The first episode came out last weekend. Like I said in my Snyder Cut video, I was busy. And the second episode just dropped today, so I'm going to be talking about both episodes in full detail, talking about what I liked, what I didn't particularly like, and all the things going forward. So, as the title suggests, Falcon and the Winter Soldier centers around Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We see Sam Wilson, played again by Anthony Mackie, who has, if you remember in Avengers Endgame, he was given the shield by Steve Rogers, sort of chosen to take up the mantle and become the new Captain America, but we see that he ends up giving it up because he doesn't feel like it was right, and he doesn't feel like anyone can really replace Steve, and he wants to, you know, do his own thing, and he's currently working with the Special Forces to track down this terrorist group called the Flag Smashers, who kind of give me like Underground vibes from the Spider-Man Miles Morales video game. That's what their design kind of reminded me of. But they're basically a terrorist group that believes that life was better during the blip. Meanwhile, Bucky, played again by Sebastian Stan, is currently going through therapy so that he can help restore, you know, his mindset and his thoughts and emotions now that he's not a slave to Hydra anymore. And we see him kind of adjusting to the modern world in the same way that Steve kind of had to, except, you know, Steve had a lot more time and he was a lot less awkward than Bucky currently is. One of the things I loved about the first episode was we get to see a lot more of their personal life and their personal struggles. We get to see more of Sam's family. We see his sister, who, you know, kind of had to, and how she kind of had to hold their family business together while her brother had disappeared for 5 years. And we see, you know, how the corrupt government kind of refuses to help anyone during this period of time. And that's kind of what I love about the recent Marvel movies and shows, is they've shown, like, you know, that Thanos was wrong. The blip didn't do any harm, the blip didn't do any good, both during the time, the 5 years that everyone had disappeared, and especially now afterwards, because everyone's gotten so used to people being gone that we saw in WandaVision, when everyone started coming back, the hospitals didn't have the infrastructure for everyone. Now in here, you know, people who are coming back are being, like, denied bank loans because they had no prior, like, credit or something, because they were gone for 5 years. So I find that really interesting. It's not like all black and white, and as Thanos put it, like, it wouldn't be doing anyone any favors by getting rid of half the population. Also, I just really love Sam's family. I thought they were really cool. I like the actress playing his sister. And I'm really hoping we see more of them throughout the series. We also get to see a little bit more of Bucky's, like, social life, or lack thereof. We see his, like, landlord, who's like an elderly man who is, like, hooking him up with dates. And we also get to see sort of his the darker side to him resurface. He's having, like, nightmares and flashbacks about his time when he was the Winter Soldier, and he was murdering a bunch of people, and one of the people that he murdered just so happened to be his landlord's son, and he doesn't know. And I can already tell that this is going to be a really, really sad plot thread going forward. Like, he's gonna have to find out at some point. He's either gonna have to find out and feel betrayed, or he's going to die before Bucky can tell him, and that's gonna be even more sad either way. So just these Marvel shows, they're breaking my heart, man. this first episode didn't just supply a lot of good setup for story and drama. It also gave a really fucking solid action sequence at the beginning with Falcon flying through like canyons and shit, jumping in and out of helicopters, like blowing shit up. It did start to feel like it was going on a bit too long towards the end, but it was still really awesome looking. And it, you know, it didn't look, if you showed me this and told me, oh yeah, this is for a TV show, I would say you're fucking lying. This is a clip straight out of a Marvel movie. Like, and that honestly speaks volumes as to how good these shows are. And I mean, granted, they have, you know, one of the biggest media companies in the world backing them, but so they can afford to do crazy shit like this, but still, it looked really awesome. At the end of the first episode, after, you know, this terrorist group emerges and people start getting hurt, and it doesn't look like anything is going right for both Sam or Bucky. They see an announcement on the news from the government saying, you know, Captain America stood for freedom and hope. He was a symbol, an icon, and we need that symbol once again. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you your new Captain America. And then we see some rando come out wearing, you know, a knockoff cosplay of Captain America's suit, holding his shield, and then that's when the episode ends. And my favorite thing after watching that episode was just seeing all the memes of everyone just laying into this guy for no reason. Like, I remember seeing a couple that was like, the guy walks out with Captain America's shield, and then they have the clip of Tony from Civil War. You don't deserve that. That shield doesn't belong to you. I thought that those memes were really funny. Of just everyone just hating this guy for existing. We do get to see more of him in the second episode, though. His name is John Walker. His alias is U.S. Agent. We see the episode open with him making an appearance at his old high school to basically give a public interview saying, you know, oh, what's his experience like being Captain America? And I feel like that was like partially like in character. Like they just filmed an interview at a football field with the actor and said, pretend you're Captain America. And he was just giving an honest answer of like what it's like to be in one of these Marvel shows. We get a sense for like who he was. He's not just some rando that they picked to put on a suit and look tough. He's actually like, you know, someone who was a veteran. He was like top of his class. He has like, he excelled in like specific areas, and we see that he is pretty solid in a fight, because at one point Falcon and Winter Soldier are tracking down the Flag Smashers on these trucks, and it turns out that they are somehow super soldiers. They're either, whether they're that group of super soldiers that were trying to be brought in from Civil War, or they're just some terrorist group that got a hold of super soldier serum. We don't really know much about them yet. I imagine we'll find out though. But these guys are beating the shit out of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then U.S. Agent John Walker and his black sidekick, which I thought was funny. Like in true Captain America fashion, he has to have some sort of sidekick with him. And I love, like, apparently he's a character from the comics as well. His name is Battlestar. And as soon as he said that, Bucky's like, get out, or stop the truck, I'm getting out of this. I thought that was funny. But yeah, he can hold himself pretty well in a fight. He's obviously, you know, he's not a super soldier, he's just a guy, but, and I love, like, throughout this episode, like, you're constantly jumping back and forth between, like, wanting to like him and wanting to hate him, because, like, you know, he seems like a decent guy who, you know, wants to inspire people and do the right thing and live up to, you know, the legacy that Captain America built, but he's, like, also kind of pompous about it as well. Like, whenever he's trying to, like, give Bucky and Sam, you know, help or offer them his assistance, like, he's kind of being really condescending about it. So I do kind of get where, you know, the outrage comes from, not just from the fans, but from Sam and Bucky themselves. They're like, you know, just because you put on a suit and have the shield, that doesn't make you Captain America, dude. But we do also in this episode see a bit more of, we finally get to see Sam and Bucky like come together, because we didn't see that in the first episode. We saw the two of them in their separate like lives, but they suddenly come together because they're trying to track down the Flag Smashers, and Bucky is constantly trying to get on Sam's case about like, why'd you give up the shield? That was Cap gave you that shield. He entrusted you, and you just threw it away like it was nothing. And you know, Sam doesn't really give him a straight answer, and they're like just kind of getting on each other's nerves. And after getting nowhere with each other, they decide at the end of the episode to go to Zemo, who is still in prison. He's shown at the very end of the episode, which we knew he was going to be in it. We just didn't know when or how soon. But they decide to go to him for help, so we're probably going to see more of that in the next episode. So this episode was also really good. I'm glad that they gave us a bit more of John Walker and his character. You know what? I'm going to call it right now, since I pulled this shit in the WandaVision vlogs and I ended up being right. I'm calling it now. He's going to end up being the villain at the end of this. Like, he's going to come out and be like, you fucking idiots, you thought I was doing this for the common good. I just wanted to get a hold of the shield, and now I'm gonna inject myself with the super soldier serum, and you're not gonna be able to stop me. What would Cap think of what you've done now? It was John Walker all along. I'm calling that right now. That is going to happen. But But yeah, I really liked this episode. I thought there was some really cool scenes. I love Bucky and Sam's dynamic. We got a little bit of it in Civil War, but it's really nice to see it back here, how they're constantly at each other's throats, trying to one-up each other and just get on each other's nerves, and just everything, like the little banter back and forth, and their jokes and comments they make towards each other. I just think that's really awesome, and I think these two really benefit from, you know, having a longer form story dedicated to them. We also get to see like a bit more of the Flag Smashers at work. We get to see them in their like underground headquarters, and we see this this ginger kid who honestly kind of reminded me of a ginger version of the Tinkerer from the Miles Morales game, talking about like, oh, we need to take back what is ours. Those stuffy assholes in power, they don't care about the people who are still here. They just care about the people that came back. You know, we need to take what's ours and get that power back and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm hoping that they're gonna be a bit more developed as an organization more, as opposed to just, you know, like power-hungry sociopaths that have superhuman abilities for some reason. And we also get to see something that was really interesting, and I did do some research after the episode. This guy is a character from the comics. When they find out about them being super soldiers, Bucky and Sam go to this guy named Isaiah, who it turns out was a super soldier after, sometime after Steve became Captain America, and Falcon, I guess, didn't know about it. So I'm curious to see if he is going to be more involved or play a bigger role, or if he was just a cool little, you know, cameo role. But yeah, overall, these first two episodes were pretty solid. The first one was kind of slow, admittedly, but the second episode was a really good continuation. I'm excited to see what's to come next, not just for this show, but for the rest of the MCU. I'm curious to see like how the events of all these shows like connect together and tie into the movies. I'm wondering if anything from WandaVision is going to be brought up in this show, or if it's just going to be, you know, its own little pocket story. Maybe it takes place before, maybe it takes place a little bit after. I don't know. I'm really enjoying this show so far. I love the hell out of WandaVision, but this is looking like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm very excited to see the next episode in a week. So that about does it. Let me know what you guys thought of the first 2 episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What do you think is gonna happen? And what do you think of John Walker? Let me know down in the comments what are your thoughts on him, and do you think he's gonna turn out to be the new villain? Let me know all that stuff down below, but apart from that, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel. Everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you later.